So I have the pleasure of sitting with Josh Aryeh, also known as Batman. Josh, let the people know why you're known as Batman.
So I go around volunteering dressed as Batman to visit sick and underprivileged children.
So how'd you get into that?
It's been an amazing journey. Originally, I wanted to be Bruce Wayne, which is more in like that real estate side.
Of course.
And I had a tough childhood. I was picked on a lot. I was bullied when I was younger and kind of had a lot of hardships that made me want to be Bruce Wayne. And through volunteering and helping people, I realized that there's something greater in life than just that. And it kind of segued into wanting to become Batman and helping people.
That's amazing. So when did you get involved in this kind of journey?
So I had one younger sibling, a younger sister, who unfortunately got sick, and she passed away really quickly.
Oh, sorry to hear.
So I knew what it was like to be on the other side of what I was doing with helping
Sure.
people and being in a hospital begging or praying for a loved one to get better. And I realized the impact that I was able to have by volunteering and bringing out exotic cars to visit a sick child. And I saw the impact that I was able to have. And I said, look, I wasn't able to save my younger sister, but through volunteering, maybe I could be the reason why someone's sister, their daughter, their loved one does survive. And thank God through the journey, we've actually seen that happen. So it's been an amazing, amazing journey.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I mean, just to hear like the first footprint in just you getting into that kind of journey is pretty breathtaking. So as far as what brings you here tonight?
So I came here because obviously it's a real estate event, Selling Manhattan Season 2 on Netflix. And I came out because I've done a couple of deals with Ryan. I syndicated some deals because like I said, I'm Batman, I'm not Bruce Wayne, so I still need to make that money. So I got involved with real estate and a few other businesses to still be able to make money because, as you know, in real estate, you don't work a traditional 9 to 5. There are different aspects with it. So I was just working regardless of the hours. So I'd still be able to have the freedom to volunteer and help people in need while being able to still make enough money to support myself and others.
That's excellent. So now do you go and help organizations get more involved in charitable areas?
Yeah, so we've worked with a bunch of other organizations as well. So we don't provide them the finances, so we don't give them money, but we'll give them resources, and even internationally or globally. So like a couple of years ago when Pakistan had a major flood, we partnered with the New York Police Department Muslim Society, and we shipped over 100 pallets of food, clothing, and medicine to Pakistan to help the victims there. So we didn't provide them with money, we gave them the resources that they needed on the ground.
So you brought up some excellent success stories. Let me ask you this. In all those charitable efforts, what's one of the favorites of yours?
So, I mean, obviously it's hard to choose one, but if I had to, I would say there was one girl that we visited in about 2019, 2020, with someone who was a single mother with her only child, their only daughter. And unfortunately, the doctors told her that child only had a certain amount of time left to live. And that the child knew. And she had 3 final wishes. The kid wanted to become a police officer. She wanted to get married, and she wanted to graduate from school. And now she was under the age of 10. So our amazing team was able to work on that. And one of our close volunteers, Yesenia, she was able to help coordinate, and they got her principal from the school to come down and give her a diploma. So she graduated. We had the police department come down to the hospital, and they presented her with an honorary award as a police officer for the day. And someone dressed up as a prince, and she got married to Prince Charming.
That's amazing.
So we were able to fulfill the child's 3 final wishes. She knew she was going to be passing away. It wasn't a surprise. And a couple of days later, like, she woke up and went to the doctor, and there was no trace of cancer in her body. The cancer completely disappeared.
Unbelievable.
And that was about 5 years ago, and she's still 100% cancer-free. She's
Wow. That's incredible. I'll tell you what, I'm giving a round of applause right now for you. Amazing, amazing. What an amazing story. The problem is, the world needs more people like you. So, as you go and you network and you go to these events, what are you doing just to really continue to spread your message?
So a lot of times I'm just meeting amazing people like yourself and the others here at this event, talking to them about business, talking about the impact that I and the team have made, because I might be the face of this right now, but the impact that we've made is only because of an amazing team, whether it's the donors, whether it's the people actually volunteering, whether it's the advice and the ideas that others have. Right? I'm only one person, so I'll take credit on behalf of the team. So I'm out here just talking about the impact that we've made and the impact that someone could make, right? And I get a lot of responses and messages saying, hey, I don't own an exotic car. I don't have a costume. And I'm like, you know what? Kindness starts with smiling, saying good morning, holding the door open. There's a lot that people could do that doesn't cost anything. It's about being a decent human being. And I always say kindness is free. It's something everyone could afford to give. And I think people forget that because a lot of people go through their own hardships and their own financial times and stuff like that. And they don't realize that you don't have to donate your money. You could donate your time. Be a real person. And by being authentic, just by being there even once, it could change that entire person's world. And even though you feel like you're not changing the whole world, but you're changing the whole world for that person. And that's the difference. Everyone says it's just one person, but for that one person, it's their entire world.
Sure.
And that's why there is no such thing as a small, kind deed. Every random act of kindness to the person receiving it, you don't know how big of an impact that has. And that's why I love coming out, meeting amazing people, and spreading our message while being inspired by hearing their journey as well. Because everyone that you meet is battling some sort of a battle that you know nothing about.
Absolutely. I think you take generosity and put it in a whole nother category and level, which is really inspiring to a lot of individuals, no matter what your age, no matter what your background, no matter what you came from. It's really, truly inspirational to hear the good that you put in the community out there. So now, the way you touch families, that's got to be a feel good inside that a lot of people can't elaborate on, just the way that just changes your life and your whole perspective of how you operate.
It's by far the best feeling you could ever have, like being out there, seeing the impact that you make on a child, on their family. And unfortunately, a lot of times it's the final time that the child smiles. They end up passing away that day, that week, that month. But being there and knowing that whatever we did, whether it's a costume, whether it's a car, whether it's something else, a toy, fulfilling the wish and being there for the child and creating that one final wish for the child to give them a glimpse of hope, a glimpse of a different world from the world that they live in, of constantly going for treatments and doctors and all these things, and you enable them to forget about that illness. I'm like, I don't have the superpower to cure cancer and to cure these illnesses that these people are battling, but we can enable them to forget about what they're going through. And that's what it's about. Even just for 1 second of freedom to forget about the chains that they have on them from this illness constantly and to feel like a regular, healthy human being. You know, that's why I'm so passionate about it. It's these children are stripped of their childhood. They don't get to enjoy it. They don't have that innocence that children typically have when you're younger. Before you get older and you start worrying about college and jobs and life and all that, it's they get taken away of not being able to go to school, not having friends, a lot of things that people overlook and don't realize the impact that you could have just by being a decent human being.
Josh, I'll tell you that the superpowers off of you, Batman. I mean, Josh. We'll go back to Josh, but the superpowers that come off just feel contagious, you know? And it's so great to surround ourselves by people who have that go-giving movement of just looking to help others and making life more just about yourself. And it's really about who you want to try and help as far as a community and that go-giving movement. So I'll close with this as far as Batman, right?
Yeah.
Batman, you're out there now. Now you are the Bruce Wayne, right? You're the Bruce Wayne right now. So if there's one thing that you can tell that person who wants to get involved in what you're doing, what would you share with them?
So I would tell them, if you want to be on our team directly, you can reach out through our website, smilesthroughcars.org, or Batman Real account on Instagram. And it's not even just that one act of kindness that you do. It's also that potential ripple effect of now you doing that random act of kindness to the recipient of it, to the family members that are aware of it. So if you post it on social media or something like that, other people seeing it, because there are times that I get messages on social media on behalf of our team where someone would say, I want you to know that you're the reason why I'm alive. And I remember one of the first times I got a message like that, I responded, I said, look, I appreciate the kind words, but how are we the reason? Like, what did we do? We don't have any mutual friends. I've never met you. How are we that person? And they said, well, and they list all the things going wrong in their life. And they said they decided they wanted to end their life. They're ready to commit suicide. And he goes, before going ahead and doing so, I remembered that I followed your account and seeing all the positive things that your team has done for other people. And because of that, it gave me hope that maybe my own life could get better. And I was like, wow, by volunteering here in New York and helping someone here on the East Coast, someone else on the West Coast that I've never met that just is a follower on the account was moved enough to be able to want to live after going through their own hardships. So it's not even just about the impact on that one person. You don't even realize the impact of that ripple effect, because now by that person continuing to live, all the people that they help, all the kindness that they do is now because of the work that my team has done.
Josh, your story is truly inspirational. And for what you do, I just want to personally thank you. And also, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today at Mindset Media, Josh.
I appreciate you. And just know, anyone out there fighting a battle, just know you're not alone. A lot of people don't talk about it. They talk about the easy, the success. Instagram's all about positive, but everyone out there is going through a tough time. So just know that. Anyone listening, I promise you're not alone. It's my darkest times that made me want to be the light for others. I just wanted to say that before we end. So
thank you, Josh.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.